everyone, and welcome back to From Piece to Piece, the Piece by Piece podcast. I'm your host, Nayobé Reemnet, your Miss Voluptuous Suriname 2025, and the founder of Piece by Piece, a platform created to help young people explore their identity and use their voices to make a real difference in today's society. Each episode, we speak to inspiring individuals who are turning their personal puzzle pieces, meaning their stories, values, and experiences, into action. Whether you're just getting started or looking to grow your advocacy, you're in the right place right here. Today, I'm joined by Samantha, Miss Voluptuous New Zealand, yes, from all across the world. She is also the host of the Untouchable podcast. She's an advocate for women's empowerment and someone who stepped into her title in a quite unusual way. So we're going to invite her right now and see what we can learn from her. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
You look amazing, Queen.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you so much. Are you ready to start?
Yes.
Amazing. We're going to dive right into the first section, which is all about you and who you are. So, could you introduce yourself?
So my name is Samantha. I am a mother to two beautiful children. My daughter is 7 years old and my son is almost 6, and they are my entire world. I am engaged to be married later this year to my wonderful fiance, so it's very exciting. And I, in my spare time, ride my motorcycle down at the drag strip and race it, which is pretty interesting. And I am also, as you already mentioned, Miss Voluptuous New Zealand.
Amazing. And this podcast, of course, is all about your identity and your advocacy. So, could you describe your identity in 3 words?
So my identity, I feel, boils down to my values, my connections with people, and my hobbies and the things that I like to do in my own time.
I love that. Very concrete. Love that so much. Okay, and what has stepping into this crown meant for you so far?
So far, obviously, I have come in as a first runner-up in my pageant, and ended up becoming the queen, and going overseas to compete. So it has sort of taught me not to count myself out too quickly, which I think is a really big thing, but also just being able to be a little bit of that inspiration for women is such a massive thing for me, because I feel so confident in my curvy body that I really want to be that person for other people and help them feel the same way.
That's amazing. And indeed, very inspiring that you came in as a first runner-up and still got the chance to go overseas and did all of it so quickly. And you're honestly doing such a good job so far. So, like, I,
Thank
I
you.
am looking up to you if it comes to that. You're doing amazing, honestly.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. And correct me if I'm wrong, but if I have seen it correctly on your Instagram, you have been in pageantry for a while, right?
So I did this pageant and competed in this one. I have sort of worked in the background of pageantry prior to that. Before having my kids, I did a little bit of like modeling and that sort of thing. I did kind of step away from it when after I had my kids and my body changed and doubted myself and that sort of thing. So it took a lot of work in myself to feel good about the way that I look. And now that I do, it's been really empowering to be going through the process.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's amazing. And you also filled in one of my workbooks, the piece by piece workbook, and something really stood out to me. It was your beautiful drawing of you being a giver. If I remember correctly, you drew some stick figures, right?
I did. I'm not the best at my artistry, but I was like, stick figures I could do.
I love that so much. No, because I still understood fully what you wanted to say. I think it was you interpreting that you were a giver and that you want to be seen as one. Could you
Yeah.
elaborate on that?
So I get a lot of internal satisfaction from actually helping other people, whether that be giving to them in some way, whether that be my time or my money or whatever it is that I can do in that way. I get a lot of personal satisfaction out of that when it comes to doing things for others as opposed to doing for myself.
Mhm.
It really fills my cup. And so that's sort of what I want people to see from me, is that type of person that I am, to be able to sort of want to do that instead.
Yeah, I fully understand. And it's honestly very recognizable as well, relatable. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I feel the same way. So that's beautiful. And it makes you such a beautiful human being as well. And it works perfectly with you being a pageant queen, I think.
I
Okay.
agree, definitely.
Okay, we're moving on to the next segment, which is all about your advocacy. Could you tell us which cause or issue is closest to your heart and why?
So I have a little bit of like a cause and an issue that are sort of close to my heart that do sort of
Go
fall
ahead.
into the realm of that. So the cause that I find like charity wise that is close to my heart would be breast cancer. I do have some family members close to me who have sort of suffered in that way. So that was why I had the luxury of being able to do a breast cancer breakfast
Mhm.
this year, which was really exciting. I put it on for all my family and friends, and they all came over. We were able to donate towards the Cancer Foundation, which was really great. So it just, yeah, really felt special for me. And then issue, I guess, for me is in New Zealand, I feel like sometimes we're lacking with a space for people, women, to have a space to be able to talk about the struggles that they may have been through, and also just being able to fight through those to be able to be an inspiration for others. And so that is sort of part of why the Untouchable podcast is sort of coming out.
I love that so much. And also the breakfast you're talking about, that's the first time I'm hearing from that. So that's amazing. That's really cool. And also very creative. So amazing. And could you tell me a bit more about how you try and keep motivated? Because I can imagine that it's quite overwhelming sometimes.
I think we all definitely know that it's overwhelming, especially when prepping for an international pageant. I think we all definitely feel that. My motivation really stems from the fact that my kids are watching me. When they see what I do and they look up to me and they see me sort of going through a whole lot that I need to do at once, but really trying to stay calm and just, prioritize what I need to go through. It really does ground me. It really makes me remember that there's people looking up to me, there's people watching me, and there's people so proud of me, and there's so little still. So if I can be that person for them, then I'd just love to be. So
I
it
love that so
helps bring me
much.
back.
How do they respond actually? Like, 'cause I can imagine that's very cool to have your mom being a queen.
My daughter is obsessed, absolutely obsessed. Anytime I go anywhere, she's like, "Mom, you look so pretty." She is just absolutely obsessed. It's so cute. She's quite keen to get into pageantry, so maybe next year when we're not so busy with everything I have going on, I might be looking into doing something like that for her because she just really, really loves it.
Oh,
My son, he's a boy, so he's unfazed by much, but he does still kind of go, "Oh, mum, you look nice." Like, but he's just,
that's still really nice. I can imagine. So for me, like I'm of course not a mother, but I am a teacher, so my students know that I'm in pageantry, and they also tell me all the time, like, "Oh, that's so cool!" Like they also follow my Instagram sometimes. They're like,
oh,
"Oh, we saw
good.
what you did. You look like a princess." So that's really nice. I fully
Nice.
understand.
They're still looking up to you too, though, the same way my kids are looking up to me, They don't have to
Yeah.
be your own, but you're still such an inspiration in their lives too, so.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. And could you tell us a bit more about Untouchable?
So I have sort of briefly touched on it, but it is just about wanting to give women that voice to be able to speak about struggles that they've been through. I think there's going to be a lot of women out there that do resonate with the stories that people have around the things that they've been through. And there's so many different struggles that women can go through throughout their lives, right? But to be able to fight through that and end up coming out on top, and that doesn't just have to be in pageantry, that doesn't just have to be in work, but even just actually succeeding a goal that they were looking at wanting to make is coming out on top in their own way. And so I feel like letting other women hear that and be able to sort of resonate with that and see that it's not all that struggle time, and if they're in that time, then hopefully they'd be able to use that to end up in that on top space, whatever that means for them.
That's so inspiring. I love that so much. What inspired you to create that?
I've been through struggles. My own personal experiences. I have been through a previous relationship where I was sort of made to feel not so great about myself. And so taking from that and being able to end up being really confident in who I am and feeling really okay with the person that I am and the way that I look as well, because a lot of it did center around the way that I looked. Um, it just kind of really made me take such a massive step in a great direction, and I want to be able to be somebody that can provide that for other women, because I do wonder if when I was going through that time and all those struggles and doubt and all of that sort of thing, if I had something like that to be able to watch and connect with, would that have made a difference at that point in time?
Oh.
I don't know yet, but you know.
Well, I'm very curious to see more about it because it sounds like a beautiful cause, honestly. And let's see. I already said that. Has have you already spoken to someone else or met someone else who was just so inspiring and who gave you the feeling, like, yes, this is what I want to do this for?
Uh, yeah, there's so many women that I've met, especially through pageantry. You hear so many stories of women who have been through really tough things. There's one wonderful inspirational woman who's been through a domestic violence situation and has ended up coming out thriving in pageantry. I, have met women who have gone through struggles at jobs and have ended up becoming really high in their field or doing a wonderful job in their job and feeling really great in their job, which is also something that I feel like I've done well with as well. It's not just in that aspect, but it's also in work too.
Hmm.
Um, Also, I have met a wonderful woman who's been through previous pageantry experiences that have made them not feel worthy. Um, and so to then be able to still put yourself back out there and end up in a pageant now where they're feeling worthy and they're wearing a crown and they're really being able to feel great about themselves. I think there's just so many different aspects to the stories, and all of them just really inspire me so much.
Yeah, I fully understand. And as a woman in pageantry myself and having my own podcast, I can already say, like, having your podcast for your own purpose as well, it's so fulfilling. Like, Piece by Piece started as a personal journey as well. So I think you'll learn so much through this. It's honestly such a beautiful thing. So I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. We're gonna dive right into the next segment, which is Voices in Action, and this is about the things that you've done so far. Could you tell us a bit more about the projects, actions, and roles that you've taken on so far?
So when it comes to, I guess, projects and actions and that sort of thing, it is a little bit difficult for me because I did kind of go into a bit of a slump after our previous pageant. I think I just kind of shut away from it all. But then with being the first runner-up and sort of coming back into it, it's definitely sort of got me back into that space. And one of the things that has been really wonderful that I've been able to experience since having the title is being able to go and help in other pageantry situations. So just last night, I was able to sash some of the winners of Aotearoa's Top Model, which
Ooh.
was really exciting for sort of all of us, myself, Piper, and Stephanie. So experiences like that, being able to attend those things, helping backstage with different pageants. I was able to help at Mr. and Mrs. Grant Aotearoa as well backstage. So I think it's just that giving my time gives me more availability to be able to do that for more than just my family and my close network, which is really exciting.
Yeah, it sounds very exciting as well. Also, having two queens that are in your circle and in your, how do I say this, in your team must be so nice as well. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, it is really exciting. So for Piper, I always call her my Miss to my Ms. And so it's really great. Piper is absolutely wonderful. She is such a sweet girl. Obviously, she's the baby of the group, but she's absolutely amazing. And then same with Stephanie. She is absolutely wonderful, has been super supportive with all of us. Initially, she wasn't going to go in with competing, and so it's really exciting that she's actually going to be there with us in the hall, doing all of the experiences with us. So that's going to be lots of fun. So they're both just wonderful people, and having them as a close network and being able to sort of go and do things as a three of us has been really, really, really fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I'm so excited to meet all of you, honestly. Like you look like
I'm,
such a nice bunch as well, so
I'm super excited to meet everyone. They all seem so nice. It's really,
me
really great.
too. And let's see, how has it been? Like how have you how do I say this? Give me 1 second, blanking out right now.
That's okay.
How have you experienced making an impact on your community and meeting new people in your community? How is that for you?
So it's been really exciting having meeting people in the community, especially for some women who may not actually realise that there is a curvy pageant in New Zealand.
Mhm.
So Ms. Voluptuous is the only curvy pageant that is in New Zealand that's designated for like plus size women,
Mhm.
which I think a lot of people don't fully realise because you see so much about all of the other pageants who have absolutely beautiful but slim women, and it's hard for sometimes the curvier ones, to actually connect with them and feel like, oh, I could do that, so being able to provide that in the way of sorry,
No
being able to provide like that in a way of like your platform as well, I think is really nice. It's been great when you walk around and people are like, what's that one? And then they're like, you go girl, like you do it, that's awesome. Like, I think that is always really exciting,
problem.
because people don't expect it with a plus size woman in most circumstances. So I think just being able to get out in the community and people to be able to see what, who we are, and that we're sort of out there, we're proud, we're doing it. I think that has just been the really most rewarding aspect of it.
Yeah, it sure has been. And honestly, I have even noticed your impact because I'm not sure if we told you, but when we went on a content trip with the Dutch queens here,
Mhm.
we actually met a queen from New Zealand.
I
Um,
remember, yeah, you
yeah,
mentioned that.
yeah, and she said that she knew you as well. So that already shows how big your impact is. So you are making an impact, and you should know that you're doing a great job. So that's
Thank
amazing.
you, thank you.
Let's see. So you already kind of mentioned this with the breast cancer breakfast, but have you collaborated with any specific organizations, and do you want to talk about those?
So, since having the actual title, it has just been the breast cancer brunch that I did. But prior to getting the title, while we were doing our like candidacy for our national pageant, we actually ended up raising money for Shine, which is a domestic violence charity.
Hmm.
And so they sort of help people in domestic violence situations and be able to help them sort of get out of that. And I can't remember the exact amount, but I want to say we raised about $1,600 for that, which was
Yeah.
really awesome. So we did that through some donated items that we raffled off, which was really great. And we also held like a Halloween event. So we did like a kids one in the day, ended up getting some really amazing sponsors for like a bouncy house and
Awesome.
like all of those sorts of things, decorated this whole venue. It was lots of fun. And then in the evening we did an adults event as well. So it was a big day, but it was really, really great. And we were able to give such a wonderful donation to them as well. So
That sounds so fun. I would love that as a kid as well. Honestly, I would still love that right now.
yeah, me too. I did
Okay,
refrain from going on the bouncy house though.
dang it. And
Next time.
how has your advocacy grown since you became Ms. Voluptuous New Zealand?
So my drive and my passion to want to be able to get my podcast up and running has definitely sort of driven since taking on the title.
Hmm.
I think it's always something that has been in the back of my mind, but the push to want to go forward with it and make sure I'm providing that, like, it has is something that's sort of grown with it. So I am really looking forward to my first podcast episode coming out, which is really exciting. I'm hoping it's going to be very soon. So just finishing touches at the moment, but it definitely has helped sort of grow that, and it kind of does come back to the what people have been thinking when they sort of see you as well.
Yeah.
When it comes down to that, really helps you want to feel that passion because you're like, oh look, I'm actually already inspiring people as it is. So if there is more that I can do to support that and be able to inspire others, and have others come in and inspire others as well, it really gives me that. big drive to like want to get into it. So
Yeah, love that so much. Like, definitely keep doing that. And I am also looking forward to your first episode. It sounds so amazing.
it's very exciting, and I do have, yeah, quite a few people who I've spoken to who have wonderful stories to tell. And it's been really exciting to hear those stories. So I can't wait for others to hear them too. And hopefully we're able to resonate with somebody and they're able to go, oh, that's exactly like me. What can I do? How did they do it? Is there something I can take from this to put into my own sort of struggles that I'm going through? So.
Sounds amazing. I'm looking forward to it for sure. Okay, we're gonna move on to the last part of the podcast. It's almost already over. And this is the mini piece mission. And for everyone who is new here, the mini piece mission is where our speaker gives our listener a little tip or a little activity that they can try for the coming week. So, Samantha, what is your mini piece mission for us?
So my mini piece mission is I am so big on meditation. Like I love just being able to sit down, take a moment and just kind of be for a moment. So I would love everybody just for the next week to just take that 5 minutes in the morning just to do your meditation, and you'll see how much impact that makes into your day moving forward, and just how calm you feel. And I find that that really helps because I'm someone who can kind of feel overwhelmed at times, or if I feel frustration, I get that fire and I'm like, oh, okay, how do I sort of combat that? How do I make sure that we just kind of come through with a really calm mindset for the rest of the day? And that is definitely my go-to. So
Ooh, I love that. I've never tried meditation before. Do you have any specific activities like in meditation that you would really suggest doing?
I mean, breathing, of course, is like the main sort of go-to, just having those deep breaths and actually taking that time. But I also have an app, which is really helpful. And I think it is a New Zealand-based app, so I wouldn't be able to sort of suggest it to everybody to be able to use. But there's definitely more out there. You'd be able to find one in your region, where it does have sort of, you know, voice things. It depends on what you need. And they have a lot of different options on there based on what you really need at that point in time.
Mhm.
And I find that really helps a lot. And that's kind of my go-to for meditation because I'm like trying to figure it out myself and probably just end up sitting there frustrated. So I just go to the app and I'm like, okay, what do I need right now? And then
Amazing. I love that so much. It's definitely a new mini piece mission for us. I'm gonna try it out and I hope everyone else will as well. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our episode. Where could we follow your journey?
So right now you can obviously follow my journey on my page here, Miss Voluptuous New Zealand. Also you can find me on Facebook, Samantha, Miss Voluptuous New Zealand. So you can always take a look on there. And then shortly I will end up creating like an Instagram page for my Untouchable podcast, but I'll make sure I share that all over this page. So
Amazing. We'll definitely keep an eye out. For now, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your voice. It means so much. Let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh, yeah. And for all listeners who just tuned in and are like, no, I missed everything, don't worry. We will also post this on our YouTube channel and on our Spotify. So you don't have to miss anything. You can rewatch it right there. And for now, thank you so much, Samantha, for being so honest, for being so you. We really appreciate it.
awesome. Thank you so much, Nayobé. It was wonderful to spend some time with you this morning for me, this evening for you.
Yes. Okay, bye bye. Enjoy your day.
Bye.